everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for being here today. Today's video is a very, very exciting video and also a long time coming because I've been working on this since last summer. Last summer, I mentioned that I was reading a lot of ocean-themed books and a lot of mythology retellings, and I can finally talk about what I was working on that entire time. Basically, I have designed some earrings with Ana Luisa that are kind of mythic inspired, ocean themed inspired, and so I'm just really excited about them. As many of you know, I already have an Ana Luisa necklace out, which is this really cool hand pendant that I came out with over a year ago. I came out with it in February of 2021. And so now we're in March 2022 and I can finally talk about my earrings and they look like this. So they're just these beautiful freshwater pearls with this really cool glass-like blue material. And I just think they're timeless and stunning and kind of bridal, which is very fun for me right now. I've had this like in my head for the last like 7 or 8 months, and I can't believe that the day is here. But if you're watching this right now, on the day that it releases, March 11th, you can buy the earrings. You can buy them right now. They're up on Ana Luisa's website. I think they're beautiful. I think they're stunning. And I'm so proud of them and excited for all of you to get your hands on them or to get your ears on them, right? Anyway, so let's talk materials and price first, and then we'll kind of talk about the process and like how I was inspired by these beautiful books to create these really fun earrings. So the materials are 14 karat gold on brass with glass cabochon, which is the blue you're seeing, organic freshwater pearls, and titanium posts, and the price is $75 USD. So if you're an international customer, you'll see the price reflected in your currency. But those are the general details, and now let's talk about how this all came to be and how I was inspired by these Greek mythology books. So Ana Luisa reached out to me beginning of the summer, middle of the summer, and asked if I wanted to create a second piece with them. I said yes, but I had to go off for a couple of weeks and think about it and see what caught my fancy, see what I was inspired by, and ultimately, of course, we're not surprised. It came out through the literature that I was reading last summer. So specifically like a book like The Song of Achilles, I feel like there's so much beauty that's talked about in this book. I mean, it's a really descriptive and wonderful text, but there's some really special moments that take place near the ocean or near a body of water. For example, when Achilles and Patroclus leave their kingdom and they're getting trained, or at least Achilles is getting trained, the two of them really start to explore their feelings for each other out by this like lake or like stream that runs by where they are, like through the mountains. And I remember just being enamored with the setting. I was like, not only is the writing beautiful, but I'm there with them. So that's one of the ways that I was inspired by water. But then there's books like Circe, Ariadne, 1,000 Ships, and also The Silence of the Girls. So in these books, we had these really, really strong women who were feeling rage and were feeling love and were feeling loneliness, were feeling hopelessness, but hopefulness, all of these different emotions. And I felt like oftentimes I was really enamored in the ways that they reflected the water imagery around them. So like, for example, Circe is all alone, literally on an island. So she is surrounded by water, and it is the water that is imprisoning her, but also gives her life in a lot of ways. And it's something that she looks out hopefully towards, but also hopelessly towards. In a book like 1,000 Ships, we have women who are literally traveling or are on different sides of the Trojan War. And I felt like just the boat imagery and crashing waves and still waters with emotions lingering underneath. Again, just so breathtaking and beautiful. And then we have like the Silence of the Girls, where you have someone like Briseis who is going through so much, just so much horribleness. And again, see, similarly with the Song of Achilles, but I feel like more so in the Silence of the Girls, the ocean is oftentimes a place where she's able to escape and truly be herself. So with all of these things being said, I felt like the ocean, water, blue, pearls would really be a beautiful way to encapsulate the reading I was doing, but also the way that I was viewing these women that I was reading, because they're beautiful, but they're products of harsh environments like that of a pearl. You know what I mean? So after I read these books, I came back to Ana Luisa with my ideas and a mood board. So at the top of my mood board, it's kind of just describing like my brainstorm, right? Like, do I want earrings? Do I want a necklace? Do I want it in gold? Do I want pearls? Like, it's kind of just like, here are some ideas and bullet points. Then I get into some artwork that I'm inspired by, like literal artwork that I thought was gorgeous, kind of Grecian columns and waves and rage and beauty and color. And I wanted them to know kind of the general theme I was going for. And so Ana Luisa came back with basically two designs, right? We could have either leaned into my hand design and made some hand earrings. I was thinking it could be cool to like have a set, right? You could buy the hand necklace with some hand earrings. So that was really cool to see, but ultimately we went with the pearl design, which was the other design that they had pitched, and I just fell in love. I thought that it was gorgeous. I thought that the pearl was stunning. I thought the blue was such a great touch to really lean into that ocean water based, but also just add some color. So that's how it all came to be. And I'm so excited off of these earrings. I really love them. I think they're so beautiful. I also had gotten my sample when I had just gotten engaged. And so I was feeling very bridal. A lot of brides wear pearls on their wedding day, but also the blue kind of leans into that like cliche of like something borrowed, something blue, something new, like that. I totally said that wrong, but there's the something blue portion, and I was like, wow, like these would be really great bridal earrings, bridesmaids earrings. Like, I just feel like they're elegant and beautiful, and they can be casual, like just like with a summer dress in the summer, or they can be dressed up for like a wedding event. So anyway, I'm really excited with how it all came together, and I'm just really proud of them, and I love them even more because they were so influenced by books that I was actually reading. I'm reminded of the Song of Achilles and Ariadne and the Silence of the Girls. Like, all of these books that I really loved last summer are just, I see them and I feel them when I look at the earrings. And of course, I just want to say a huge thank you to Ana Luisa for wanting to work with me again and seeing my vision and helping it come to life. I feel so fortunate to work with a team like this, and I'm just so thankful. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you love them. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.